Now the drone. I can monitor it, and we'll go untie the boat. Do the bow first today. Least important of the lines. Not sure where the wind is blowing from, but we'll consider kind of a westerly. There's not really much of a breeze here, so. I didn't put any power on the motor, probably should have, but calm conditions, probably not that necessary. And we'll go ahead and put the ramp on right now. And let's go get the last starboard line here. Okay. Boat's already moving around a little bit. We'll coil this later. Leave that opened. All right, let's. Yeah, the wind kind of pushed it up on the beach there yesterday, so. It wasn't going anywhere. 6 feet deep here. All right, we're off. Nice spot. It's a long time since I spent 3 nights in the same place, but a good spot like that was worth it. It's shallow here. 4.5 feet. Okay, it dropped off. I had a curious loon there that's been following me around a couple days. Drone flight went successful, but the tracking, for some reason, is not doing a very good job of tracking. Not sure what that's about. I guess I can leave that open. some neat little canyons over here too that we could, but we're going a little further. I guess we'll go around that island. Going about 6 miles. Calm seas today. It's a beautiful day. And we'll hope to find another rocky spot where I can pull in. Based on the bottoms that I'm running across, looks like anchoring may not be the best option. We'll go down here and try this long canyon. Yeah, that was another place I was going to fly. So we'll need to set that up when we get over there. Well, we got the dinghy behind. It's being towed just fine. Thank you, Lord, for this beautiful, beautiful day. Another beautiful day in the wilderness to enjoy your creation. I'm very blessed to be here. I'm thankful for it. But I think I'm going to go ahead and shut down those cameras so I don't run out of battery. Okay, that's working. Get the bow one working. I'm not going to fly the drone because it's just, there's some shallow water up there and I don't know by myself. I don't want to run the ground and I've got a drone in the air. So we'll have to check this out maybe coming out because this is a pretty narrow, they call it Canal Bay. So it's a little bit by guess and by golly as we go in here. So need to set the friction on my throttle. It's loose again. Let me see if I can grab the screwdriver and do it right now. Should be able to leave it alone once I get it set. Yeah, it's a little better. It's a real shallow spot up ahead here. We'll just have to be careful there. So we're okay for a little bit here, but where's the okay, so that's not good. I was running the throttle up, so I don't know why I did that. Okay, this is really, really narrow. I got 17 feet now. You'd have to put the drone up high to come through here. Okay, now we're gonna get shallow, it says. It doesn't look like it's gonna shallow. It's straight up and down on the sides, so I have a feeling that's not right. Terrain just doesn't look like shallow water to me. It gets dark in here. Plenty deep in here. Close. Walls are as close right to left here, so. Well, it's truly a canyon, that's for sure. This is where it's supposed to be shallow, and I've got 58 feet. So much for the soundings. "80 feet, and we're supposed to be in shallows. 88 feet, 90 feet. It says 95 feet, and see how close that rock is? 97. I wonder if we're going to hit 100 here. 98. All right, we're through the shallow area, they say, but you know, I don't believe any of these depths now. Pick it up a little bit here because it looks like it's supposed to be deep. Question is, are we going to find a place to stay for the night? That's the thing. So we'll have to look. Another shallow area up here, supposedly. Maybe we'll get blocked. But so far, it's looking fine. I could fly the drone, but I'd have to have it high and be really careful because it's got to be above the trees. 91 feet. You know, one thing I haven't seen is any bald eagles. All this water, you'd think there'd be eagles everywhere, at least, or osprey, either one. Haven't seen any. All right, we're coming up on this shallow area, 77 feet. Could go up that way. It's another picnic spot. Well, we can come back here. Let's just go up and see what we can find. I don't know if they allow overnight. That's the only thing. I didn't see a sign there. The other picnic spot I saw, there was signs. Got a real shallow spot in there I had to be careful about. That would be a fun spot if it's... Well, we'll go down here to the end of this bay, and we'll come back to the picnic spot if it looks like can't find anything else. There's a little island there that might have a place to pull up too. Can't see from this side, but sticking out there by itself. Just took a picture of it. It's kind of I like those little islands that stick out of nowhere. Let's go over here and look at this. Looks like a spot you could make do. It's a little steep. Just looking for a place that has some, pretty barren ledge or something where I could put the fire. If it's so steep you can't set there, it's not very good. So we might not be able to get through here, but because it says shallow again. P2 is out of film. Card's full. I don't. Better put another card in there and carry on. Let's see if we can get through here. Looks like it's deep on the left, shallow on the right. So we'll just poke in there and see what we can see. Looks like we're going to be able to get through. 9 feet. It's getting deeper. 20 feet. Really would like to find a place up here, but I'm not sure we'll be able to. I suppose we could anchor too. We don't have to go ashore tonight. Been on shore for 3 days. So not sure about the anchoring conditions, but we'll give it a shot. Maybe if we can't find a place to tie up the shore. We've still got a ways to go down here. About a mile, I guess. Oh, I see a rock. It might be just perfect. We'll go check it out. Doesn't look too high or steep, so it might work. Whoa, got a rock here in the middle. Comes right up to the surface. Right over there, I see it on my right. Man, 87 feet and that rock right there. So you got to be careful. It wasn't marked. I don't know what they did the soundings based on, but you got to be careful. Lord, help me see rocks before I hit them. Prevent that sort of thing. I mean, that was a weird one. It was 6 right up there. Fortunately, the light reflected off of it, so it was visible. This is really a neat little island here. I don't know if this might work, but it ain't gonna have any firewood. This little island is surrounded by other rocks too, though. Not enough trees to even tie to, really. I mean, this is literally a rock. I could use rocks to tie to, I guess. There's a tree on the left, a couple of trees on the left, and I could use one of the rocks there to tie. I want to take a closer look anyway, just to see where I could tie. It would work. I'd have to use some rocks, I think, to tie things up with, though. It gets shallow quick here. But I'd have to come in right here because there's rocks out in here. Although they're deep enough, I think. I could probably come in on this smooth rock there. If I had the motor up. I kind of like that. We'll go down and check some more, but there's not much left of this bay anyway. But we'll check out and then come back. There's a few spots that you could, that one back there that I just looked at was just too steep. The rock on the shore was too steep for the bow of the boat. It'd be right on the peak of the boat. There's a kind of a shallow beach up here. I'm sure it's buggy, but I thought I'd take a look at it anyway. Hard to tell from a distance. I think the island, little islet back there is where we were going to go. I can see stuff on the ground there, so somebody is certainly camped there. Looks like they made up a fire ring. I'm inclined with the temperatures what they are to go back to the rock. I could make that one. There is a site there. First campsite I've actually seen. Some rocks around here, be careful. This beach looks pretty rough. Shallow here, 9 feet too. I gotta be careful. No solid ground there, it's just mostly swamp, it looks like. Let's go see if we can get in this island. I suppose I should look at the other side of that island just to see if there's maybe an easier way to access the island. So we'll go around and look. Okay, I need to skirt this a little wide because there's shoals on the east side of us. Need to get the sun behind me a little bit. Coming in right there would be okay too from the north. But let's see what we've got on the other side. Okay, that shell comes out quite a ways. Yeah, there's some rocks. Yeah, that looks, I don't know. Actually, the north side might be the way to go. Yeah, it's all shallow. But the north maybe is good. But I was going to check to see just maybe the south has a nice approach too, so we'll see. Yeah, there's some trees over there though that indicate, no, that's not likely to work. So better go back around the north side. All right. I think we got it. Let's go see if we can tie it up. How about if I brought the boat over? Let's see if I can take the power off and then maybe we can move it over. All right, let's see if I can move that bow a little bit. Put the plank on that side, I guess. Ouch. We're here. We're secured. No real firewood here. So I probably have to collect it someplace else. Good evening, folks. Just getting the fire started for the evening. They had a fire ring here, so I didn't need to use my little fire pit. A few rocks here, and on this little islet that I'm on, it's very unique, very small island. It provides what I need, a place to get off and do walk around a little bit, and to rather than anchoring, because I'm not real confident of the bottom of this country. So I've been doing more, been tying to shore. And again, I like this spot so well that I'll probably stay a couple nights. I can't see a point in moving on right away. For one thing, I've got another trail that I think I can get to down on the end here, the upper end of what they call Canal Bay. And it truly is a canyon. When you come in, it's very steep-sided cliffs, very narrow, up to 100 feet deep. Very interesting terrain. So this is some of the stuff that I cut up here. Hopefully it'll burn okay. It seems dry, so I don't know how long I can keep a fire going, but I'm going to try to keep it going for a while and enjoy the evening. But I got enough here to probably keep it going for a while, and maybe tomorrow I'm going to go up and try to find that trail and then look for some firewood on the way back and try to get some fire so I can have another fire tomorrow night. It's nice, you know, when you can have a fire in the evening, a real wood fire. I just brought this little portable fire pit for unimproved sites, which you saw in the last couple of days, and it works really good for that. And I screwed up this time. I didn't bring my binoculars, which was, I don't know, that's kind of epic in terms of a failure. And it's my fault totally, because it was on the checklist. It was circled for emphasis, and I didn't check it off. I don't know what I was thinking. I just don't know. It's one of those things. Why? I don't know if it's an age thing or if I just, I'm very careful. I went through the checklist at least twice, and on the food, I was, of course, more concerned about food. Missed the binoculars. Binoculars are really important because it allows you to see buoys long in advance. It allows you to see potential sites that you could maybe pull into, wildlife, all kinds of reasons why you do it. I use them constantly when I'm on the boat. Then I looked through, I thought I had a scope, a backup scope on board, and I do. I have a spotting scope, but I didn't have the handheld scope. Again, that's left at home. I took it off the boat because I never used it. And I just left the spotting scope on. Well, when you don't have binoculars, then you need the backup, and I didn't have the backup. So, lesson learned, next trip, bring both. So you've got a backup in case one goes in the drink or one fails. It's good to have redundancy in these kinds of areas. So far, though, I'm really impressed with the terrain and the beauty of the country. It's just fantastic. It's a long, long drive to get here. 2 days, 2 long days. What is it? 875 miles. I'm just very pleased with the results of what I'm seeing so far. It's just a few days, but the weather's been good. The launch, the parking, everything is free. A lot of places charge you for both. I did pay more for a fishing license here. They don't have what they call, usually what I buy is a conservation license where you get about half limits. Because I don't have, if I'm going to catch anything, it's just either to release or just eat, and I can only handle maybe one fish. So I don't need a full limit. So I get those, but Quebec does not have a conservation license like Ontario, which reduces it by at least a third. But with the current exchange rate and the license cost here it was like $90 or something like that. But by the time you figure in the exchange, it was in the 60s. I want to be able to fish. I don't really care if I catch them a lot. I've caught one northern already, and I just released it. The point is, though, is that I want to be able to have that opportunity. Kick that up here and let that, see if I can get that to burn. It's an old piece of wood that was in the fire. Probably got enough for most of the evening. Get close to dark here, trying to keep the fire going. I think my little fire pit portable fire pit works better. Couldn't get near as much fire out of this wood as I did yesterday, so I think that's due to you don't have the air. Benefit of having the air. I'm trying to get a little bit of a fire here going so you're not in the dark taking these pictures. So it's cooling off very rapidly. Probably should close the doors on the boat, but I sleep better when it's cool anyway. So I had enough firewood left from the last stop, so I had 2 fires there, and this is the third. There was a few sticks here, but most of the wood I brought with me. So I'm trying to enjoy that, and tomorrow I'll have to see if I can hunt up some more firewood. Flew the drone tonight and gave an overview of this little islet. It's kind of a unique spot. And tomorrow I'm thinking of doing a hike and then do a little fishing as I back and forth here to where I think the trailhead would be. There is no trailhead per se. I'm going to have to bushwhack through the woods to where the trail is, but I think I can find a spot, and I'm just hoping the brush won't be too thick. We'll check it out tomorrow, so I'm going to stay at least 2 nights here. So it would be nice if coming back I can find some firewood someplace. A good spot might be over where that beach, there was at the upper end of the bay, there's kind of a creek coming in there. There was a bunch of wood on shore, so I could probably go ashore there, see if there's some wood that's dry that I could bring back and cut up. So that's the plan. Tomorrow the weather is supposed to be really good for the next few days. I can't fault any of the weather so far. It's been very pleasant, very enjoyable, and the fact that I've had fires 3 nights in a row now, I'm just overjoyed with that. It's just, wasn't expecting it to be that easy because it's largely undeveloped. They don't have a lot of, they don't have campsites or boat sites like they did over in Temagami, where there's established sites with fire rings. This is the first fire ring that I've come across. So they are out here. If you find a likely spot, I'm not sure who would pull in here because it's not flat enough to have a tent. You could tie a hammock probably between these 2 trees. So if you use a hammock for camping, you could come in with a canoe and put up your hammock here. But you could only do 1. You can't do more than 1. It's an interesting little islet, completely surrounded with rock. You'll see that in the drone flight, but there's rocks everywhere around here. The only place I came in possible to even come in. So better keep this fire going. Not a real hot fire. I've been having a hard time keeping it burning. I'm convinced of that fire pit that I have is probably a better way to have a fire. And maybe tomorrow what I'll do is try that and see how it compares with what I just had here tonight. This is a typical fire ring with rocks, and it started up fine. I think part of the problem is it doesn't get enough air underneath to really burn the wood like the fire pit does. So I think what I'll do is set up a fire pit tomorrow and compare it with what I've had tonight. Assuming I can find wood. I've got to find wood first. So when I take my little bike or jaunt up to where I think will be the trailhead, I'll take my little mini chainsaw with me, and if I can't find dry wood on the beach there, I might cut something, some dead wood in the woods and bring that back with me. So I'm going to take the chainsaw with me. It's cooling off really. That's why I got my down vest on tonight. It's already cool. But I think temperatures tomorrow are supposed to be moderate. I think it gets up into the 70s again. I looked at that because of the hike. I don't like it to be real warm. What I'll do is probably go right after breakfast, probably 10-ish, something like that, and try to be up to the trailhead by, it's only probably 20 minutes up there, a little less, and then see if I can hike through that woods. I've got to be able to find a place where I can hike through the woods first. When I was up there, I didn't know where the trail was, so I wasn't really looking for that. But now I do know where the trail is and where it comes close to the lake. So that's what I'm going to be checking out tomorrow.